As you know, the deadline for trades happened 2 days ago, so this was the best time for me to tell you idea of the moves we had. Obviously, we always try to improve our team, and with that deals, we definitely feel that we improve in a way that we want. That we got players that we like. They can feel. They can play our style of the game. In meantime, we got some valuable assets, and obviously, for the last 2-3 years, we are always focusing on keep the flexibility down the road. So we accomplished that too. So we are very happy what happened to us in the last couple of days. So if you have any questions, please, I'm open to answer.
Katie Hunter, Kings TV. Vlade, in going through the process, was it at all a concern with the injuries that Alex Lynn and Jabari are coming in with, just because of the current state of the team with the injuries we've already got? Was that a concern at all, or nothing to worry about, medicals worked out and all of that?
Me, I like to joke. So, we had a lot of injuries in the last couple of months, so we had to, keep moving in the same direction, get the players with injury. Kidding, they did, physicals yesterday. Obviously, we can give you details in the next day or so, but it seems, everything fine. And we got a couple of good players, Jabari, player that we loved, in the last couple of years. And finally, we were able to bring him on our team. And Alex is a big guy that can, block shots, set good screens, rebound, things that we need to improve on our team.
Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. Vlade, why did the Dedmon thing not work? And number two is, what is your thoughts on, when players, go public about their intentions or their desires to move on from the King organization?
I'll try from the end. I don't like, obviously, players or anybody, talk about stuff publicly before things, go through. I think definitely disappointment for me, for organization, and I'm sure from Dedmon's side that things didn't work. We had good intentions. It didn't work out. We were happy to move on and wishing, Dedmon all the best. Definitely, it wasn't what we expect.
Going into the season, there was high expectation, to have a big man.
Yep.
Why did it not work out with him?
Well, it's different reasons, obviously. From the training camp, we kind of felt it's not what we expect, but we are happy with Rashan. He stepped it up. He had a great camp. He took the starting job, and we are so happy that how he turned to be a guy that we were looking for.
Vlade, Sean Cunningham, ABC 10. How when you look at some of the free agents that you've had, a lot of them have ended up being traded in a short period of time with their their stint here in Sacramento. Is that frustrating? Is that something when you look at some of these guys that you get? Is it
when you say a lot, that means like majority, right? But it's we got two that we really love. Corey and Dedmon still here, and they're a big part of the team. Plus Trevor, who had great time with us, and I think with Trevor, we got a player that Ken Bazemore, who basically is younger, playing defense, something similar with Trevor. Plus we got assets, so we did a good job there.
Yeah.
So basically, the only guy that didn't work out for us is Dedmon, obviously, but we move on from there.
This year for certain? I was also looking in terms of like previous years, like George Hill, Zach, stuff like that, where it's just short term. Like when you get some of these guys, I mean, do you think that this might be a short term thing, or do you look at beyond that and say we actually look at some of these guys being long term?
Our focus, as last 2-3 years is our core guys, young guys that we want to develop, that we want to improve. Everybody else that comes in, we look at them more like a tool to help those guys get where we want them to be, and obviously all the guys that went through, they did their part very well for us, what we expect. Again, expect few of them, including, Didi.
Yeah, and then finally, just my final question, just with Jabari, someone obviously you liked, do you see, what kind of fit do you see him being maybe even beyond this season?
Well, this is an opportunity for us and for him to see what we can expect. We know what we expect, what we can get from him. He fits the style. He's a very good offensive player. one of the best. And I watched him the other day, practicing. I'm excited to have Jabari on our team. He's going to give us an extra, offensive tool, and definitely is going to be help for us.
Vlade, kind of going back to Katie's question, you've had well over 100 games lost this year due to injury, and now you have two more guys that are injured that have had injuries in the past. Are you at all concerned with just the process of getting players back on the floor, especially with the recent setbacks that you've seen with Marvin and then with Rashawn this week?
Well, with the new guys, there are obviously injuries that they are not going to miss a lot of games, but with Rashawn and Marvin and Bogey and Fox, it's just one. Last year we were lucky, no injuries. This year it's a part of the game. We gotta find the next man up. It's we gotta deal with it. It's gonna make us stronger. It's gonna make us better. I think it's not fun. It's frustrating. For all of us. The things that you can control are happening, but we cannot take that as excuse. We gotta fight.
Jason Jones, The Athletic. But the guys you brought in, and along some of the guys who have been here, when guys like Rashawn and Marvin get back on the court, how do you balance getting a look at a guy like Jabari, but also still obviously wanting to get Marvin plenty of time on the court to develop, and also get some rapport with Rashawn with the guys since he's been out for a while?
Well, it's hard to really tell you exact answer, but they're going to have a lot of opportunities. Obviously, again, I don't want to talk about it, but it's just reality. It's a lot of injuries happening. It's a lot of time for different players to step up. So we'll worry about that down the road. But right now, I'm positive that they're going to have a lot of opportunities to show us what they can do.
Considering the injuries that we're sitting here talking about, Luke has had putting in the effort to keep everything together. What is your thoughts on him and the job that he's doing right now to try to keep this ship sailing in the right direction?
First of all, I'm very, happy to work with him. We're on the same page. Obviously, he's trying everything to, different lineups, different style, different, dealing with the shortened roster. So I really cannot, judge him for anything that he did, until he got full roster, but I'm happy how he does things in the practice and even in the games. We lost a lot of close games. With the roster being shorter, it's a tough job for him.
Vlade, Marshall here, CBS 13 Sacramento. Can you just help walk us through? Was there a setback or anything with Rashawn Holmes as far as his shoulder? I know you practiced in full on Wednesday. Was there a setback, or you guys are just being cautious?
I don't know, setback or he tried the other day. The practice he went through very well. He feels soreness after that. So we gotta, what happened to us the last 2-3 weeks. The guys are getting down on injuries. We want to be caution, when he's coming back. He has to be 100%, 100% feel good.
So he has to be 100% to come back. Okay.
No, after practice he felt soreness, so.
And then on Marvin Bagley,
Yeah.
what's the latest you tell us about that? Because I know he had a setback after he came back.
He had re-injured.
Re-injured.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that he could be shut down for the season, or how are you looking at his
I hope
injury
not.
right now?
I hope not. We gotta be very cautious about it, and definitely I think Marvin's gonna take more than Rashawn. Rashawn should be back soon, but Marvin, as long as he's 100%, we're not gonna push it back.
And then overall, as your expectations for the beginning of the season compared to what you've seen so far, I know injuries have been a big factor, but how disappointed or encouraged are you by the way this team has played and responded?
Again, I don't want to take excuses for injuries. This is part of the game. It's very disappointing. We thought we can be in a hunt for the playoffs. And we are behind definitely. And we want to focus to finish the season strong. And if we somehow get back in the hunt, it would be great. But we want to see what we can do, in next 30 games and develop our core guys. I'm very happy what I see in the last month from Fox. He's stepping back, leading this team. Last 10 games, I would say, it's what we expected before the season. We are competitive. We can play against anybody. And like I said, finish the season in a strong way.
Vlade, Jason Anderson, Sacramento Bee. To follow up on that, there there's some skepticism, out there given the way things have gone this year about some of the decisions, draft picks and free agent signings, and even declining Harry's option, for instance. And I'm just wondering if there's anything you can say to kind of address the fan frustrations and fears, amongst people who want to see a winning basketball team here.
Well, I would definitely say how I feel, and I'm sure our fans are feel the same way, because I'm a fan. It's frustrating, disappointment. But what I see from our team is that they're fighting, they're playing hard, they're competing, especially like what I mentioned last 3-4 weeks from the young players. Especially Fox, he's making step in front. About everything else is I feel the same way like everybody else. I think we can do better. Yes, injuries is part of it, but it didn't go the way we wanted to. So we just have to keep fighting. Thank you, guys.